Plastic Empire's doing whatever they can to fight off the bots. Let's talk about it. Welcome to the Gastlecast. I'm Chris.
I'm Heather.
Well, in this episode, we're going to talk about the Marty McFly Funko Pop being sold at Plastic Empire and how they're fighting the bots off. It's actually pretty interesting. Before we get started, do you want to wear my face around on a t-shirt? I got something for you.
Whoa, dude. Do you want a rad new trash t-shirt? Well, head over to the Gastlecast shop on TeeSpring and buy yours today. We can promise you one thing, dude. It's trash!
So in a previous video, we talked about the Marty McFly Plutonium Funko Pop that was dropped at Plastic Empire, their very first exclusive.
We talked about how it sold out very quickly the first go-around because of bots.
Plastic Empire ended up sifting through all the orders and canceling all the bot orders, and then they put it up again the second time, but this time with a password. It seems like the password route is the way to go. When this happens, fans actually get their hands on these hard-to-get exclusives. But overnight, Plastic Empire went a step further by doing something I have never seen before, and I thought it was worthy enough for a video. Overnight, Plastic Empire put up the Marty McFly Funko Pop again. Well, not really, but sort of. In the post, it said, "You will not receive Funko Pop Marty McFly Plutonium Glow-in-the-Dark Plastic Empire exclusive limited edition of 3000 Back to the Future." And then it said $0. It says you will not receive a physical product if you purchase this listing. This is an attempt to collect information from individuals using automated payment and checkout systems commonly referred to as bots. By purchasing this item, you waive your legal right to privacy and agree that your information can be used and shared with our strategic partners. Again, you will receive nothing for purchasing this item. Your name, email address, and IP will be collected and shared with other retailers and wholesalers to help prevent you from using unauthorized automated payment services on our sites. Drop the mic. That's incredible.
Now, I am not tech savvy. I do not know how bots work. I do not know the best way of going about thwarting bots, but this is a pretty brilliant idea by them.
I love seeing that Plastic Empire is doing everything they can to stop these bots. Not only are they taking a defensive measure, but they're also on the offensive now. By doing something like this is totally different. Now they're collecting data and they're going to share it with whoever their partners are. Now, we don't know how true that is, but if they're sharing it with their partners, that would be great, because then this can be sent out to all the different various retailer systems saying, do not allow this account to buy from you. It's only gotten worse since Heather and I started collecting in 2014. We watched it get worse and worse over the years. So it's cool to see that Plastic Empire is doing something, because I know one place that isn't doing much, and that's Funko.com. Funko.com isn't even online right now to sell off Wednesday drops. They have totally given up. Hopefully they're building a system right now and they're proving me wrong, but at least Plastic Empire is proving that something is actually happening and wheels are being turned.
You are a little bit wrong about that, because the lottery system was to try to help thwart bots for NYCC, so I think Funko really is trying.
I agree, the lottery system was great, but you can't do that for every single drop on your webpage. It just doesn't work for every little tiny thing. Like right now we're waiting for Cutie Corn. I hope that isn't just an in-store release. We also heard the other day that it could be possibly just overseas. And I'm wondering, does that have something to do with the horrible Funko.com webpage? And I really hope the answer to that is no. I hope we finally get to see Wednesday drops again here in the States on Funko.com. How soon that is, I don't really know. But maybe they could take a page out of the book from Plastic Empire and learn something. Because I feel like Plastic Empire, even as small as they are, they're doing really big things. It's very impressive, and it makes me feel really good as a collector to see that these companies are out there trying to do something to help all of the collectors of the product.
You know who else did a password protect sort of thing was Abominable Toys for the NYCC drop.
BIM Toy didn't seem to do too much for NYCC. It seemed like they put up their 100 count pieces and they were just flying off the shelves very quickly.
But on the same hand, since the counts were so low, if they saw an eBay listing pop up, they would get right into their system and cancel the orders.
They are doing something, but it would be nice to be able to do it on the front end instead of the back end.
Absolutely.
And they're just basically cleaning up the mess after the fact. Let's get to a point at the beginning where you're making the order and things are actually going the way they should, and the products are going to the right people.
I agree with that, but at the same time, we don't know if that's more pricey or harder to do.
Sure.
So it might be more worth it for them to do it after the fact. But I do know for a fact that these smaller companies definitely care about us. Most of them. The ones we've talked about today do.
Yes.
But I know that there's some that are a little shady. But I do think that the ones we have mentioned are trying everything that they can to make sure that their product lands in collectors' hands.
Now, I can hear you already. We definitely need flippers in the Funko game, the Abominable Toy game. You need flippers in there because value's there. Who doesn't like a valuable collectible?
I saw an argument the other day that completely turns that upside down. It's not the flippers you need. It's the people that are willing to pay the flipper price. If we didn't pay the flipper price, then flippers would go away because they're not making any money. So it's not necessarily the flippers, but it's the people who are purchasing that lead the flippers to continue to flip.
I'm with you. I understand that. I understand the supply and demand aspect of all of this. But flippers are required in this to some degree.
True.
Because we don't want to have, what is this thing again?
A basilisk.
A what?
A basilisk.
A basket case. So a basket case like this, we don't want this to be worth 1 penny. We want it to have some sort of monetary value.
Why?
And it would be great to have a double value on this particular product, because how does it feel to have your basement full, like ours, surrounded by things that are worthless? That's not fun. Because what if one day we realize, you know what? This whole collecting thing has been really cool, but it's time to get rid of this stuff. Now it's worth pennies on the dollar and you're just throwing it away. You can't even give it away. Do you really want it to come down to that? No. You want it to have some sort of value, maintain some sort of value.
I mean, you have a good point, but no matter what, this is one of my favorite pops of all time. So even if I do stop collecting, he's staying.
Okay. Point proven. I just want to end this video by saying a big thanks to Plastic Empire, because you guys are awesome. You're leading the charge for us collectors and making things actually obtainable where we don't have to fight bots all the time. I don't mind fighting fellow collectors, like Heather and I going after the same thing, and I'm not getting it because of a fellow collector, but because of an automated system that just wants to eat up all of the merchandise. I don't like that at all. So thank you, Plastic Empire, for doing everything that you're doing.
And to all the other companies out there who are taking the same sort of measures to fight the resellers, Abominable Toys and BIM Toy, thank you so much.
Guys, what are your thoughts on this situation? You might not agree with us. You might think, well, Plastic Empire's efforts are going to go unnoticed, and who cares what they're doing? It's not going to matter anyway because bots are bots. We would love to know your thoughts and more in the comment section down below. You want to join an awesome collectors group? Well, head over to Facebook now and join Gastlecast We Hunt Together. It's a great group full of great people hunting together. So head over to Facebook now and join today. Are you looking for a new podcast to listen to? Well, I have one for you, and it's one by Heather called The Office Orientation, where you follow her on her journey watching The Office for the very first time. Yeah, that Office with Michael Scott and Dwight. It's awesome. So head over to your very favorite podcast app and listen today. All right, guys, that time again. Remember, as always, we hunt together, yes. We'll catch you next time.
Bye.